A special call that we don't normally do. We had so many participants on Sunday. It was so wonderful to be with all of you and to do all that work we did about releasing and letting go energy. So today we're going to be focusing on much more about receiving. So if any of you are new to this call, my name is Kelly Kolodny, and I have been channeling the angel Raphael since I was in college, so a really, really long time, probably, gosh, 34 years. And it was a very magical moment when that happened, and it was spontaneous, and it just took place. And the energy at that time was during what was called the harmonic convergence. I think it was kind of the beginning of people realizing that when we all came together in love and in prayer, that we could make a difference on the planet. And it was a real opening. It was like a portal opened, and a lot of beings came from all over, and lots of people around the globe began to channel at that time. My understanding is that the energy that's coming in right now on the planet is very similar, but it's even more amplified. I mean, if I told people back in 1987, 88, 89 that I was channeling, they would look at me like I had 10 heads. But look now, how many people are open to this process and what's going on. So what I've been told from many beings, and today for the first time in my life, a very different energy other than the angel Raphael came in, and it was the Elohim vibration. So I'm going to attempt to attune to their energy tonight. We'll see what happens and what's going on with them. But my understanding is that this beautiful and magnificent conjunction that's happening between Jupiter and Neptune in 23 degrees in Pisces is a really special energy. And, you know, I don't know much about astrology. I don't in any way pretend to be an astrologer by any means, but I do know how I feel, and I can really feel the energy. And it's not like it just arrived today and in this minute, you know, it's showing up. It's been coming in for a while now, but today is kind of the height of it, the pinnacle of it. And this energy is going to stay with us for quite some time. And so we're going to be able to utilize it and connect with it and harness. And it's very expansive. So I'm going to channel the angel Raphael tonight and bring Raphael in, and we're going to connect to what's this about, why it's happening, and how we can utilize it in a positive way. And then we'll see what else comes in. My feeling is that we're going to do more of an activation tonight. And so what's really important is that in an activation, which is receiving the frequencies that are going to come through me to you, that you're very open in receiving, and that you're, able to really be quiet and present and grounded. So if right now you're listening to this and you're also maybe looking on your phone or talking to your kids or doing whatever, that's totally fine, but it might not be the call for you, because as we move into the call after Raphael comes in, we are going to do this activation. And in order to really receive the vibrations in the way that you're going to fully want to embody them to support you, it's very important that you're here and now and present. If you can't do that, that's totally fine, but you might want to then just go do what you're doing, which is okay, and then get the replay. We are going to be sending out a replay, and listen to it when you're able to fully take in and embody the vibration. Every Sunday at 2 o'clock, we do a free call, and every Wednesday morning, which will be tomorrow morning at 11:11 in the morning. And that call on Wednesday is about global peace, broadcasting peace, connecting to the planet, working in different areas that may need attention. We may be working with Somalia tomorrow. There's a huge issue around hunger. They say up to 350,000 children may not have the nutrition oxygen that they need to continue to live. So it's a really big issue. We'll probably be focusing on that tomorrow. It's service work for the planet and it's free. So please feel free to join us. I'll be sending out a Zoom link about that. And then, as I say, every Sunday at 2 o'clock, we have a call, and often we do activations. Just so you know, all the calls are free and they're open to everyone. After 3 days, after you'll all get the replay. And after 3 days, the replay will then be put in our archive and in our membership platform, which we've just created and we're super excited about. So all of you can join. And we have different tiers where you can a light worker or star seed or an ascended master, depending on your level of wanting to connect with us like one-on-one and really personal and coaching and really connecting with Raphael, to just receiving the replays, which is great, and having an archive of the library of all the work for many, many years in activations, or whether you want to drop in once a month and have a Q&A where you get to personally ask Raphael a question or Casey a question, or ask me a direct question as Kelly in a Q&A. So there's lots of different things. We'll send out the information about it today after the call, and you can see if and what anything fits for you. Okay, so I think with all that, I'm going to begin. If you have not witnessed me channeling before, how it works is I close my eyes. I rock back and forth like this. My hands kind of move all over the place and I make this toning sound. And after the toning sound, Raphael comes in and says, hello. And if we were in a group audience somewhere, you would all say hello back and it would be a lot of fun, but we're on a Zoom call and that's not possible. So I will say hello, and then my adorable and amazing son, Casey, who many of you know, will say hello back, and that connects it. When you are wherever you are in the world, sitting wherever you are, if you could say hello back too, that hooks you in energetically and connects you with the vibration of Raphael and gets you prepared for the activation. I am going to be turning my microphone off in order to tone, because we have found that what happens is that when I'm toning and then I come back in, it messes with the volume. So I'm going to be closing my eyes, toning and getting prepared. Then just as I have reached Raphael and Raphael's right here, I'm going to peek my eyes open enough to turn the mic back on, and then we'll begin. So if you are looking at me and I look like I'm talking and you can't hear me, don't panic. I will be right back. Okay. All right. So I think that that's everything. Oh, and next Sunday, and this only happens a couple times a year, but I will be unavailable. It's Easter/Passover. I'm visiting my daughter, and I will not be doing this Sunday call, but every other Sunday, mostly I'm here. Okay. I'm going to turn off the mic.
Hello. Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
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 Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. Hello.
It is that we are delighted, as always, from the angelic realm to be here and to talk to you in this way, and are so pleased that you are taking time to be here. For it is that we love, 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 love who it is that you are. And we recognize that there is a lot of excitement around the energy that is here right now, and for good reason, for it is that light is bombarding your planet in a way that it hasn't in a very, very, very long time, and it is going to continue to do so and continue to expand and expand and expand. And the vibration and the energy that is coming in is very expansive. And as you're aware, as Kelly was speaking of, it is this conjunction between Jupiter and Neptune and Pisces. And it is expanding fluidity and the flowing of energy, and water will be expanding. And it is an opportunity to bring to life, to renew, to recreate, to bring forward anything within your electromagnetic field and within your being itself back to life. In a sense, it is a rebirthing and a resurrecting of energy. And due to its expansion and its element of water and attuned to the vibration of Pisces, that of the intuitive senses and the ability to connect to higher realms, and what maybe some of you might even label as being psychic, is deeply and completely and absolutely accentuated, allowing you to attune to higher frequencies. And so we want to acknowledge all of you right now. And we want to thank you for coming to Earth. And that might sound a little silly, but it is that you are very brave to be here and to come to Earth and to choose to be here during this great transition and time of deconstruction and reconstruction. And it is that as you were held and bathed in that space of love where you were before you were born, you chose to descend into form and into matter and to drop into this body where it is that you are. But there was an awareness and a knowing that during your lifetime there would be this magnificent shift. And there was also an understanding that it would not always be that easy. And yet from the perspective of where it was that you were at that time, you couldn't fully grasp how challenging at times it could be. And so we are deeply grateful for your willingness to volunteer, to be here and to grow and to evolve during this time, and to be supportive as beings of light in the evolution of this process, and to stand your ground, to hold your sovereignty, and to be true to your expression and to yourself, despite the fact that others may perhaps not always see it in the same perspective, or you may be ridiculed or not understood. And we know that the last few years for many of you has been very challenging in many different ways, and it's sometimes isolating, and that there was a lot of energy that came forward to be looked at and to be seen, to be exposed, to be loved, and to bring compassion to. And with that, many of you went through what you might even call the dark night of the soul, or reconnecting to aspects of self that had to come to the forefront for you to stand in your truth and in your authenticity, and to reveal parts of the shadow that were coming to the surface to be loved. And so we want you to know that the energy that propelled what came preceding today was in a place for a reason, and more energy is going to continue to come, and it's going to happen at a more quickened pace. It's going to be very fast. And the energies that are coming in that you might connect to from an astrological standpoint are not here to predict anything or to tell you what is going to happen, nor am I to do so, but it is how you relate to the inner energies, how you interact, how you interface with them. And the reason we wanted to gather you this evening and to come together is so that we may support you in interacting, interfacing, and bonding with the vibration that is here right now on the planet in a way that supports you in awakening parts of self that perhaps have been dormant or you have put aside in your lifetime due to trauma or specific events that may have occurred, to bring them back up online in a sense, as if if they have lost their connection, and we are rebooting them so that they may come to life and that you may enjoy the expression of them. But in order to do that, what we are wanting to do this evening is to go through a process in which we bring you back, in a sense, collapsing the timeline of the timeline that you know to be your life, all the way back into the womb of your mother, and pass that vibration and energy into source itself, through the 0 point into the great central sun of all that is, the place in which you were held and bathed as I was there with you, and the angels were present, in which many decision makings were made in order to choose to have a part of self descend into form. And from there, we're going to ask you to attune to the vibration of the highest frequency of self, and you might even call that your own guardian angel, an aspect of who it is that you are at the highest vibration of who you are, and invite that vibration and energy to travel with you back through time and space to where it is that you are here, as you bring compassion to every part of self and everyone in your experience and in your life, that are the characters in your vibrational frequency of light that you are playing together, and to bring that compassion with so much love, harnessing the energy that is coming right now onto the planet in order to lift it to a new octave, so that in that octave of new energy, we may be able to move into the cellular structure of your being and support you in the resurrecting of things that have been dormant, that no longer had room to come to the surface because they were hidden beneath, because you were not able to bring forgiveness to them. And so with that, what will happen is that an opening is going to occur, and we're going to, if you're willing and ready and wanting, to open something in each of you that will support you in having a stronger connection to an aspect of self at the highest aspect of the I am that I am, that allows you to move through different portaled energies and dimensions in order to receive information from higher octaves that can support the awakening of self and others. In other words, the ability to step into your mastery, and part of that might include channeling, but in different forms that it may show itself. It doesn't have to be in any way in the way in which I utilize this vessel to speak through, such as I do with Kelly. Whatever form it presents itself for you, then that you are bringing forth and resurrecting fully to life whatever it is that is of your greatest expression to its fullest form. And with that, you are going to feel a lot of tingling in the body, a lot of sensations, a lot of energy that's going to be moving. And we want you to just to be in openness and allowing of that energy to come in. And so with that, we're going to attune now to all of that for you. And so we're going to ask you to take a moment in this here and now to receive this new transmission and activation as the great Elohim are coming forward. In that, we are wanting you now to close your eyes. And as you're closing your eyes, we want you to allow them to feel heavier and heavier and heavier as you're dropping down into your body, allowing your body to rest, taking a nice deep breath all the way in and let go. And another one all the way in and let go. And as you are dropping down, we want you to begin to attune to where it is that you are now, to bring conscious awareness to the age that you are in this now moment. attuning to the vibration of who you know to be yourself right here in this now moment. We want you to begin to move and begin to spin as if you're moving back on time, through time and space. As the numbers begin to decrease, we want you to see yourself becoming younger and younger, moving into different periods of life. Do not attach yourself to any memories or any places that you were. You're just moving back in time and in space. I want you to feel that I am here with you as the Archangel Raphael, and I am holding you and loving you, and I am inviting you. I am inviting you back into the womb of your mother. And I want you to just begin to attune to the vibration of your mother, not your attachment or your feeling toward her, whether it be love or less than love, any energy, it doesn't matter. You're just attuning to her vibration and dropping down into and connecting with the womb of your own mother, moving into being there in the womb as a fetus. And from there, I'm going to ask you to notice that behind you is a space, and it is very soft and inviting. And I want you to move toward that space as we're going to open a doorway. And from that doorway, you're going to see a cord of energy. I want you to connect to that cord of energy and allow it to move with you as you travel through that cord now. Continue to feel yourself moving at the speed of light very quickly until you're just floating in the emptiness of nothingness. And in that emptiness of nothingness, as you float there, you might see in the distance some stars or planets, or even the Milky Way. And as you attune to that energy, it begins to disappear as if you are nowhere and there is nothing and you are no one. And as you are there in that emptiness of space, all of a sudden I want you to attune and bring into your awareness an infinity sign. Seeing the figure 8 of an infinity sign right in front of you, in front of your third eye, where the 0 point of the infinity sign is in front of your third eye. And as it begins to expand now inside the center of that point, it opens and you feel warmth and a very great and bright light. And attuning to the vibration of that light, you are pulled through that 0 point now as you begin to float again, but now you are floating in the spaciousness of a light beyond you have ever known, where it is that you are surrounded now by a council of beings. And this council of beings is the great Elohim who are coming right now, and they say hello. Hello, my dear ones, for we have come to be with you this evening, for there is a great change that is occurring on your planet. If you are here in this now moment, you are listening to this because you have been doing work for a very long time to bring yourself into a higher octave. You've come to this planet by no coincidence, for you are here to bring light and to support the evolution of your species. As you are going through this straight, difficult time of deconstruction, as many systems will be collapsing around you, all around. We want you to maintain a sense of equilibrium and balance. We come to you because we want to insert and to bring something for you, as we are going to plant a crystal of light within inside your third eye as it moves into the hemisphere of the left and right energy. It may look as though it is something tiny and closed, but it is very powerful and magical. There is no coincidence that you have attuned to the vibration of listening to this in now moment, because you are a child of the starlight and you have come this evening to receive this gift. This gift that we are giving to you is an opening that will awaken something in you, that you will remember so many more things in your intuitive sense. Your creative expression will be expansive. As it begins to expand, you are going to relieve as you move back into the world in which you have come from. You are going to not remember fully everything that you are receiving tonight, but you you that will know that when you return, you will not be the same as the one who came here before this moment. You will awaken in a way in which the permanency of light that will be with you from this day forward for the rest of your life will be here forever for an infinite amount of time. You have graduated to a point on your spiritual evolution in order to receive this gift, and we are very honored to give it to you. In the receiving of it, we are going to move into bringing compassion through the heart of our love that is beyond your understanding into the time sequence and the moments in which you have lived up to this now moment where you are now. As this compassion moves and ripples through your entire being, it is going to enter from the moment of conception of the time in which you came into form, through every single moment and every year that you have lived, every word that you have spoken, every experience that you have had, every interaction that has occurred, everything that you have seen, everything that you have said, everything that has been said to you, everything that you have smelled, everything that you have tasted, everything that you have done, whether it was done in love or less than light, that is all right, for there is compassion and forgiveness for all of it as we wipe away with love and compassion these energies, not to bring a clean slate, but to bring you into an upgrade. We are upgrading you, in a sense, turning your light quotation back on as your DNA will be activated to a new frequency. This is going to allow you to have greater and deeper communication with the highest aspect of self, which is God source itself, which is you. There is no separation between you and God itself, for you are one and the same. And this is going to be creating an opening, allowing your connection with the I am that I am presence to be fully embodied as a garment of light upon you as you will be receiving it. Trust and know that we come in a way of great peace and love for you, as we are the great Elohim. As the Elohim of light, we bring many blessings to you. If you are willing, and only if you are wanting to accept this gift, know that with it you will be bringing an online of the great intelligence of your body, so that you may resurrect within your body health, vitality, and energy. This resurrection of the great intelligence that is beating your heart and allowing all parts of the body at this time to be up online is going to move in and clear away any debris of cells that are not operating in perfect function, any area of the body that is in disease, unflexible, or in pain of any way, bringing about not temporary healing, but pure and complete permanent healing, and the willingness to receive this. Knowing and accepting this is something that will allow you to have greater access and more energy to fulfill those vibrations of things in which you are meant to do at this time. And so we're also going in and turning on, as we will be flashing in front of you, part of the contracts in which you have written to this now moment, and in that receiving that in which is needed, that you may have the information and access to the highest aspect of the part of yourself that can guide you fully and completely without question, allowing and guiding your discernment to be honed in even at a tighter frequency, so that there is no question in your understanding as you may follow your path with great compassion and love. And so in the willingness to accept this, know that in the awakening of this process, when you are finished, that your vibration will have moved into a higher octave, meaning that the expression of your love and your ability to have compassion, to see the unity and the connectedness and the oneness of all things in the web of life between you and everything that you do and see and interact will be greater. You will only receive the upgrade of frequency in which you are capable of receiving, as long as it is in alignment with bringing you the most joy and bliss possible, and without interference or oversensitivity to the new frequencies. And so with that, we ask you simply to open your hand. And in the opening of your hand, we are placing in it this beautiful golden light. And as you look at it, it is shimmering, and it is so beautiful, so loving. Do you see it? It is like a round sphere, or an herb, or an orb is your word you would use. It is like a bubble, and it is translucent and luminous and shimmering and sparkling. It is a plasma light frequency of yourself without form. It is the I am that I am presence of who it is that you are. As you hold it in your hand, know that it has come closer now to activate everything within you to the highest possibility of who you are. As you touch it and feel it and hold it, invite it to come closer as it's going to travel with you now through time. And as it travels with you, it holds a compassion within it that is living and dwelling within you. Carry it with you now. And I want you to begin to descend as if you are spiraling down a great spiral. And as you begin to spiral down this spiral, holding within your hand the great I am that I am presence with you, and the compassion that it has for you, and the love that it holds for you. It is moving with you, and you are bonding together as one, but not as separate, as it comes with you fully in an awakened state this time, and as it drops into the womb with you and with your mother. And as it drops in, it bursts into every cell within your fetus. Feel this light now moving through every part of who you are. Remember being in that fluid energy and being held in the cradle warmth, the light of the womb of your mother. Knowing now that you are being, in a sense, reborn with the full awakened state, and remembering of the I am that I am, of who you are, of God's source light. And with that, the compassion of that love is going to come with you as it comes. Imagine yourself moving through a dark tunnel as if you feel the contractions and the birthing process as you come to life. And in that moment, as you come to life, the love of the I am that I am and its compassion moves with you. And I want you to feel and attune to the vibration of yourself from the age of the moment you took your first breath to the age of 5. And in that time sequence, I want you to bring any energy that may come to the surface, a memory or a moment of yourself or someone else or a situation. And as any awareness of that may surface, I want you to open your heart, knowing that you are carrying the love of the I am that I am with you, and bring compassion to yourself at that time. I want you to love yourself as if you've never loved yourself before. I want you to see the purity and the innocence of yourself as this little baby boy or girl. I want you to attune to those that are with you and around you. Perhaps some of them were loving you tenderly. Perhaps others had abandoned or left you or were not present. Perhaps others were kind and gentle, or others less than that. As any of those energies or beings come into your awareness, I want you to open your heart and bring compassion to them and love them in this moment and honor them. See the innocence of their journey and their process of who they are. Zoom out in the perspective from the I am, seeing the web of the perfection and the divinity of your experience in your journey to this now moment as you bring complete and absolute compassion to it. With that, you're going to move a bit up the timeline from 5 to 12, attuning to the energy of those vibrations. You may want to tune into the time of being in kindergarten. And if a memory or something comes to the surface about yourself or another, I ask you to open your heart, attuning to the I am that I am, bringing compassion now to yourself at that moment, loving and adoring who you were and the innocence of that and whatever was taking place in your play and the life that you've created in order to grow and evolve. I ask you to bring and open your heart and to descend compassion there upon it. And as you're receiving the compassion of that energy, attuning now to moving into the grade of 1, the first grade, attuning to its energy, anything coming to the surface, or the time in which you are 6 or 7, moving into 8, or 9, attuning to the vibration just of being a youngster. Perhaps you're attuning to feeling a certain way or others judging you in a certain way. You may have had special sensitivities that were not understood. I want you to bring compassion to yourself and compassion to all those who are playing their role at that time, that you invited into your experience, that you created in your play. I ask you to love them and open your heart to bring compassion to those energies and to self. Moving now up beyond that from 8 to 15 and beyond, attuning to those vibrations. These sometimes can be the hardest ones. Bring compassion and see yourself now from the perspective of the I am that I am, loving and adoring yourself, forgiving those who played any part, whether it was labeled good or bad, bringing gratitude and appreciation to those who may have walked through the doorway of your experience, bringing you understandings and teachings, attuning to whatever may be occurring there, opening your heart and pouring compassion. As you are bringing compassion to this time in your life, we are with you. I am here as the Archangel Raphael, and the great 7 Elohim are here as well. As your I am that I am presence is encasing and holding you in this light, this energy of compassion now is bringing more energy and opens it opportunities of light to move into the frequency of who you are, elevating you to a higher octave, attuning now to the younger ages of your teens and into the 20s, attuning to these vibrations here. Anything in which you have felt or experienced or gone through, of bringing compassion now to that aspect of self and all involved. And now allowing in that process of loving and adoring and completely accepting who you are, moving through, if anything surfaces at this time, in the quickening of the speed of light, may the compassion of that love wash it clear. And in that expansive energy of opening now, you are opened and created space as the energies of that are here right now, bombarding the planet and coming from the great Elohim of the great 7 lines may move into the DNA of your being. And as they are doing that, we are activating you, allowing you at this time to choose to resurrect anything at this moment of the rebirth that you want to bring onto line. That may be for you the supply of infinite abundance. It may be the supply of infinite creativity. May there be the infinite supply of joy and playfulness. It may be the infinite supply of health and radiance. It may be the infinite supply of all of that and more, encompassing and allowing yourself to be in receiving. Opening your hands now, we ask you to receive the infinite supply of the flame of resurrection, resurrecting and reminding you of the birthright and the ability in this now moment to receive any and all things that are your God-given gifts given to you at this now moment, that they have come back online and will continue to be with you from this moment forward in a place of permanency. Allowing yourself in the moments and the evolution of the waves of the ups and downs of the feeling world of the emotion, to be able to feel all of the emotions on all lines of the spectrum that they may present themselves to you as the feeling world continues to evolve in your human experience. May you be able to bring compassion in that moment, allowing that feeling to have its life, to move through you and to pass with you and to be with you as you embrace everything in life and all experiences, all beings, all opportunities, as you living and experiencing life to its complete fullest. And with that, we are placing now within you a crystal, And this crystal is attuning you to the great Elohim, allowing you to receive their gifts, their transmissions, and the connection to them, the connection of wisdom and of peace and of will, of illumination, of love, of freedom, of sovereignty, of transmutation, and of light. And with that gift and the receiving of that now, you have complete and full access to the highest aspect of who it is that you are, in which you have always had access to. However, through this activation, we are just widening the door and giving you a little boost of support from the love that we have for you, that you may receive and be fully online with the activated gifts of who it is that you are. And so it is. We are wanting you to know that we love you, and we do not say that lightly. We truly, really, really, really do love you. And all that we ask of you is to love and accept and adore yourself, and to know that that in which you block from our light is the only thing in the way of you receiving the infinite supply of our love, which brings to you the gifts of anything in which you are desiring we may shower upon you. For we ask you to let down your guard, your resistance, and to open your heart to us, to surrender to the I am that I am, knowing that you are being bathed in our love. May you stand now in the garment of your own light. May you be willing to embody completely and fully the beauty and the light that you are. And with that, may you use the eyes that have been given to you from the moment in which you were born to see the beauty in everything, to see the love in everyone, to see the divinity and the perfection in that which may be clothed in the shadow or masked behind you, but to look and to notice that behind there is the light. It does not mean to accept that which is not in alignment with you, but we give you an eyes to have a new perception and perspective to see its perfection. And with that, today and this evening and tomorrow, you will begin to see in a new way. You're going to begin to see new colors, new spectrums of light that will be coming online. You'll be able to see the auras and the fields of light around others as you practice attuning to the I am that I am presence at the highest aspect of the vibration, allowing you to have the perception of a new sight. You'll be able to see the lines and the connections, the web of energy between you and others. You'll be able to see where it's discordant and may need some clearing, giving you the strength and the courage to see where to clear it and where to bring compassion to it. You'll begin to feel and to sense the energy of the animals in a new way, and to be able to hear and commune with them in a new sense with a higher perception. You're going to be able now to hear in a new way the sounds. There will be new sounds that will come online for you, new octaves and vibrations. You're going to feel and sense everything in a whole new way as you have been lifted into a new octave, receiving the blessings of the energy bombarding the planet now. This will allow you to feel in a way in which you may have the empathetic energy that you've always had as an empath to feel others, but you will feel it in a way that you'll hold compassion for them, and yet their discordant energy that may not be in alignment with you will not affect you in any way. You will simply be able to witness it, to love it, and to hold it. And these gifts that you are receiving are immeasurable. They're going to give you the ability now at sleep time to travel to other places and to commune, to attune to those who are no longer in physical form that you love and to communicate with them more clearly. We've just opened doorways to many of the gifts in which we're online and fully activated during other lifetimes that you have lived prior to the recorded history of what you know to be now. Attuning to the sentient beings of the dolphins and the whales, attuning to the beings that live in the crystalline cities across your globe, attuning to the higher octaves of those of the star beings, tuning to the ability to see new spectrums of light, shape, and color, tuning to higher dimensions and activities, aligning you to feel the vibrations and the energies of the stones, the libraries of the information that they carry, the knowledge they have, attuning you to the energies of the Akashic records and information you may need to access at any time to support you on your journey, attuning to the understanding and the discernment of those in your life who you are meant to continue in relationship with and those perhaps who are time for them to pass through, attuning to a higher octave in which you are moving out of the deconstructive vibration in which you will be able to witness the changes that are occurring on the planet without having to feel so much of it. Moving into a new dimension in which everything will be glowing more. You will be seeing the river in a new way and the sparkles on it from the sunlight. You will view the ocean in a new way and the sunset and the sunrise, attuning to the blooming of the flowers in the spring and the chirping of the birds. Deep gratitude for the blessings of the food on your plate and the water on your skin. You will be just seeing all of the beauty now, feeling it, hearing it, looking at it, knowing it, experiencing it at a whole new level that will support you in bringing compassion to everything that comes into your experience for self, others, and all living entient beings. And so that is our gift to you this evening. That is what we have activated within you. It is your choice whether you want to receive this gift or not. It is not being forced upon you. But if you want to receive it, know that when this is finished, you're going to feel different, lighter, more vital, stronger, healthier, and capable, safe. And with that energy, there's going to be a softness and a sense of serenity, a sense of peacefulness. And you'll go about things in a much more gentle and loving and graceful way as you're receiving the blessings of the great Elohim. And so it is. With that now, you may just allow yourself to open. You might open your chest, putting your shoulders back, allowing your heart to come in, the hands to move behind you. In a receiving, you are just receiving the showering blessings upon you. And in the receiving of that, when you are ready, you may bring your hands together in the position of gratitude. As you bow to the Elohim, you bow to the I am that is you. You bow to your own divinity, knowing that everything and everyone is a reflection of your own light. And so it is. Many blessings and good day. All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining the call. Not what I was expecting at all from tonight's call, but I had to let go and that's what came in. So thank you so much for being with us. I love you all, and we will send out a replay, and you can also join our membership. We've got lots of beautiful options to stay more and more connected with all the beautiful beings. Casey will put a link there in case you want to join anything. And thank you for all your donations. I love you.